Trinidad and Tobago prison officers seek asylum in Canada. And in sport, Leeward Islands Hurricanes take a stunning win over Barbados Pride in the Digicel 4-day championship. I'm Nicole Best, and this is the Caribbean in 10 for Friday, November 3rd. I'll be back with the details after the break. Grow your business or promote your event through the services offered by the Caribbean Media Corporation and CaribVision. Our distribution provides a platform on cable, terrestrial television, and websites. We cover carnivals and events from across the region. We can bring your event live and alive to the world. For music makers, program producers, businesses, we can expand your reach to in excess of 2 million households daily. Our other services include news updates to enhance your media products, studio space for program and development. We can facilitate the launch of new products and services and training. Contact us and we will help you unleash your creative ability, develop products and services, and provide the medium to watch them grow. Contact Loretta Skeet at cmccaribbean.com or call her 1-246-467-1044 or 1-246-253-3889. Call and book your carnival or event today. Prison officers in Trinidad and Tobago are seeking asylum in Canada, citing fears over the personal safety following the murder of at least 2 officers in recent weeks. President of the Prison Officers Association, Saron Richards, says prison officers and by extension their families no longer feel safe in Trinidad and Tobago. And he says there is no indication that anything will change anytime soon. Richards says they are going through with what could be the only life-saving steps for its members and their families. He says he's disappointed in government's response to increasing attacks and even the murder of several officers. And he says the association has exhausted all its options in trying to meet National Security Minister Edmund Dillon, but despite repeated assurances from officials, they are no closer to a meeting to address security concerns. Richards hinted that if asylum is granted, prison officers may leave en masse, and he says the government should also look at providing licensed firearms to prison officers following rigid protocols. The British Virgin Islands government has expressed concern about the treatment being meted out to 21 inmates from the British Overseas Territory who were transferred to St. Lucia in the aftermath of Hurricane Irma. Minister responsible for prisons, Myron Walwyn, said that during a recent visit to St. Lucia, he met with prisoners who complained about matters related to health care and food. But he said he was satisfied that the rights of the inmates were not violated and the issues raised would be addressed. Walwyn also reported that the prisoners will return to the BVI once repairs at the prison are completed. A Jamaican doctor has been sentenced to 6 months in prison after trying to bribe a policeman. But Dr. Jeffath Ford has been offered $1 million in bail pending his appeal of the sentence, which was imposed yesterday, just over 2 months after he was convicted on 2 counts of attempting to pervert the course of justice. He had been charged with trying to bribe a policeman who had arrested 2 Surinamese men who were found in possession of $60 million in 2014. Evidence showed that Dr. Ford offered the officer 40% of the money if he released the men with the cash. Although Dr. Ford's attorney urged Parish Judge Simone Wolf-Rees to impose a fine rather than a prison sentence, the judge said the seriousness of the offense warranted a custodial sentence. And in Trinidad and Tobago, as the United National Congress is gearing up for internal elections, party leader Kamla Persad-Bissessar is sounding a warning to those within her party who oppose. November 26 is the date set for the election. The competition will be Kamla Persad-Bissessar versus Vasant Barath, and the stakes are high. The winner of this election would most likely lead the party into the next general election. Akash Samaru of CNC3 News has the details.
The party rewrote its own history. For the first time, the decision for a so-called snap election for the position of political leader was put to the National Congress.
Well, if that vote was any indication of the type of support both candidates have, then Mr. Barrett has a tough road ahead.
All in favor, please stand and raise your hand. You want to take a count? Anybody against?
Well, we learned later that day that some people were against the early election, but being in the minority, they felt too intimidated to speak up.
Also, supporters who were not in favor of this motion to be passed were not given delegate rights and were unable to sit under the tents. I ask again that the UNC hierarchy does the right thing in the best interest of the party.
But the majority made sure their choice for leader was known, and she turned the National Congress into a political rally, letting her supporters know that she's ready for general elections.
I am more experienced, and I am more than ready to take back government with your help. With your help.
And while Mrs. Persad-Bissessar spent most of her speech speaking against the PNM, she did have a message for those who are opposing her from the inside.
Because I will never, ever surrender this party to those who are bent on mashing it up and destroying it. Once a scorpion, always.
And while those who sat behind her again pledged their allegiance, despite rumors that they may be playing for both sides, the opposition leader said she has a bigger concern.
I need the support of the people, and that is what is most important.
Your Midday Sport is next.
Started DJing in 1980, had a very long and successful career and still living in it. Started out in a rap group called the Young Black Teenagers. From there, I went to Hot 97 with Dr. Dre and Ed Lover and did the morning show. And from there, where everybody got to know me was MTV. I came up with the name DJ Scribble for just that. I was a graffiti artist and an art major in school. So that's how I got Scribble. The Young Black Teenagers came together from Hank Shockley and my old manager, Gary G. Wiz.
Garvin Tong proved there was life left in the old man yet with an incisive spell of fast bowling, swing bowling that catapulted Leeward Islands Hurricanes to a stunning innings and 4-run victory over Barbados Pride in the Digicel 4-day championship on Thursday. Tong collected 6-21 from 12 overs, finishing with match figures of 9 for 26 as the Pride were bowled out for 116 in their second innings. Ashley Nurse hit 8 fours and 3 sixes in the top score of 67 from 71 balls in 1 3/4 hours, staying at the crease, and was the old Pride batsman that reached 20. At least he was the only Pride batsman that reached 20. Jeremiah Louis, the player of the match for a memorable all-round performance when he had Nurse caught at long off to end with 3 for 43 from 10.3 overs and match figures of 9 for that's 112 to follow up a crucial first innings half-century earlier in the day. And that's the Caribbean in 10. Join us at 6:30 for Caribbean Newsline. Do have yourselves a good afternoon.